Look how crazy this is. People have no idea how this country works and how the devil works, how we should walk in, what mind frame we should be in. Look how just crazy this is now. They took guns off the streets and they're praising themselves and patting themselves in the back. To my opinion, they're patting themselves in the back, but these same weapons were put on the street by the wicked government that claims to be cleaning and taking back the streets. So in the middle are caught good working, hardworking, decent Black and Hispanic folks that don't want to be a part of the crazy. They don't want to be a part of the crazy. And then on another level, you have the heathen, which are so-called white people and other nationalities. They are taxpayers and they are law-abiding citizens. They don't want to be a part of the damn crazy either. But this is why, you can't listen to people. You have to read between the lines, number one, as far as what comes out in the news. Two, you have to associate with people who walk in wisdom. You can't just be with just anybody or just do things willy-nilly. But check out this story because I found this pretty interesting. Check this out. Check this out.
To move on to some more breaking news now on that major FBI operation called Operation Tidal Wave, where 134 guns were seized in Albany and Troy. Authorities say it's the biggest ever gun seizure operation in this area. Two brothers from Albany are behind bars right now, and now we're learning how this investigation started and the warning from law enforcement leaders on this afternoon. Benny Nazai joins us live right now from the FBI Albany field office with the new details on this. Good afternoon to you, Benny.
Good afternoon to you, Sabrina. And as you mentioned, officials are calling this one of the largest gun seizures in the Northern District of New York. And tonight, two brothers from Albany are behind bars. 37-year-old Isaiah Cox and 41-year-old Kaya Cox were both arrested for conspiracy to make false statements to financial institutions.
This is absolutely ridiculous, man.
As part of the FBI's operation.
It's absolutely ridiculous because the government is supplying these same Black men with the guns, and the guns are being used to raise chaos and evil in the Black community. And then the troops are sent into the Black community by the same devil who gave them the guns. And the idiots among Blacks and Hispanics are complaining about the troops being sent into certain governments, not this in particular, but Chicago next and what's happening in DC. You understand? So it's just so much confusion and craziness, and people are feeling the heat. They're feeling the heat. And little do they know is that the very government that they're attacking, the very government that they are praising, the very government that they are part of is the problem, is the main problem. But it's not just the government. They have instilled a demonic presence in the ghetto or in the minds of the people who live in the ghetto that evil has become the new norm. Evil has become the new norm, and it's gotten so out of control that nobody respects the law now. Nobody respects the law. And it's crazy. So all I can say is that you have to put on some form of spirituality to get by and cope into or within this wicked system. You have to put on some form of spirituality in order to deal. And that's the truth. That's the God honest truth. And it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Look at this. This is just straight up rebellion, in regards to this situation right here. You understand? It's gotten so out of control that they can't even control the citizens, and the citizens feel that they have a privilege that they can talk any way to law enforcement. They can make up their own laws. They can do things the way they want to do things, and it just doesn't work that way. Check this out. This is comical. Check this out. This is just crazy. Check it out.
Okay, you don't have a choice. You're under arrest. Have a seat in the car, please.
No, I'm not getting in the car.
You have to get in the car.
Why?
You're under arrest for driving.
Clearly, she's inebriated or drunk, and she doesn't want to get in the car. Clearly, you can see she's drunk. She's had a wild night out, and she's broken the law. Apparently, she was caught driving while intoxicated, and they're trying to put her in the car. But read her spirit and listen to the arrogancy and the pride in her not wanting to be arrested and put in into that car. This is what it's coming down to. You have a lot of people, they feel they can just talk to police any old kind of way. They don't have to abide to the laws of the land. And that's absolutely crazy. That's crazy. You're going to lose in the end. But she's just drunk. Check it out.
Driving under the influence. Okay?
I'm just not getting in the car.
You have to get in the car.
Come on, you gotta get in the car.
Please have a seat in the car.
Come on, get in the car. Don't make this harder than it has to be. Go.
You don't have a choice. You're under arrest. Please have a seat in the car.
I'm sorry, but what in the test that we did just proves that
That could all be explained later, but you are under arrest, okay?
I'm not going to go under the arrest.
You have to.
You don't
have a
have
seat
a
in the car.
choice.
I'm not going in this car without knowing
You failed
what
the
I
test.
did when I did it.
You brothers and sisters, you be very careful out in the streets, because whether unjust or just, the cops are out there. And if you break the law, they're going to put the damn hammer on your heads. They'll abuse you. They'll force you to comply with the law. And you have racist cops out there. There's no doubt about it. But the smartest thing you can do is go home. Go home. Do not be out in the streets drunk and driving or high or just being a fool. Go home. And that's what people lack. They don't know that it's time to, they don't know when enough is enough. And at the same time, the government is saying enough is enough. They're not tolerating this. I'm telling you, go home, obey the powers that be. It tells you that in Romans 13. Obey the powers that be.
Didn't fail, no exams.
Miss,
I'm sorry.
Get into the car.
Have a seat in the car now.
We don't want to have to put you in the car.
That was a black woman. They would have been put on the floor already. You see the difference? And I was trying to explain this on this brother's show the other day. There's a difference on how they deal with the black woman, and there's a difference on how they deal with the white woman. Then there's a difference in the spirit within the black woman, who's defiant, beastly, and out of control in most cases, not all cases, but in most cases in situations like this. And then you have the white woman who acts like she's privileged and she's above the law. But my point is, at the end of the day, you know, they put hands on the black woman. They put hands on the black woman, and they absolutely manhandle black women in this type of situation. You know, and I know what I'm talking about. This is clear as day, or it is as clear as day in most of these videos. You know, you be the judge though. Check it out.
I didn't fail my exam, so
Okay,
I don't.
have a seat in the car. Get in
I'm
the car.
not getting in this car without knowing what.
Miss, get in the car.
I'm
Have a seat in
sorry,
the car.
but it's scaring me because I don't know
Okay.
what I did.
Okay.
When I didn't do
But you're being
anything.
told you are under arrest. Okay, have a seat in the car.
Respectfully, sir, I am driving home to my family and I didn't do anything. So why are you accusing me?
We're not. You are under arrest. You have to get into the car.
Have a seat in the car.
I didn't fail no exam.
Okay.
So why are you
Have a
doing
seat in the
this?
car.
I don't know.
No matter how they explain it to her, she's not going to comply. No matter how much they explain it to her and that she's drunk and she's been pulled over for DWI, she will only see what she wants to see, and that's, I don't want to be arrested. I'm not going to be arrested.
I have a lot of things going on tomorrow.
Okay, get in the car.
Oh my God, this is not fair because I'm literally trying to become one of you stupid people respectfully.
Okay,
but
well,
that's,
have a seat in the car.
That's not fair.
Listen, if you want to have a
I
chance of
pulled up
listen,
because the guy in front
if you want to have a
me-
chance of anything, listen to our instructions and have a seat in the car.
Stop! You
Have a seat
really
in the car.
are because you know what it is.
Have a seat in the car. We don't want to have to put you in the car.
You literally were your whole life, but
It's going to be a beautiful day when reality hits all people in this country. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And this is why the Lord says, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. You have to have spirituality in opposed to worldly wisdom. In other words, your own thoughts, your own ways, your own ideologies, your own feelings, because that's the main thing. People like to thrive and operate on their own feelings. That's not going to cut it. You're going to have to put on some form of spirituality, which is the Bible, to cope and get by in these last days before the destruction comes. You're going to have that. Here in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, and the 3rd verse, it says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. The gospel is the word of the Most High, that good news that shows you there's a better way. There's a better way, and that you have been lied to. You've been taught that the American way, that's the better way. To chase money, that's the better way. You understand? To go to college and to graduate and to have babies and buy a home and just function. You were taught or groomed that that's the best way. But the Lord is showing that people cannot cut it living just a simple American lifestyle, because it's getting harder and harder. Look right here. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Here it says, the rate of consumers not paying back loans and bills are notably higher in some sectors in 2025. People cannot pay back their bills. They can't pay their mortgages. They can't pay their car notes. People are having a difficult time trying to make ends meet. People cannot cope today. And we're seeing that. Some of you who are watching this video, you're experiencing being in a position where you can't pay back your bills. You can't pay back your school loans. So things are getting harder and harder and harder. It says, driven by persistent inflation, the end of the pandemic era support programs, and higher interest rates. So the easy times are gone. They're gone. When the pandemic hit, you got a little bit of a break. But those days are gone, and those programs have been dismantled or taken away, rather. It says the most significant rise is in student loan delinquencies, but concerns also persist for mortgages, auto loans, and corporate debt. The most significant rise is in student loan delinquencies, but the concerns also persist in mortgages, because people want to buy that home, car loans or auto loans, and corporate debt. So credit cards, school loans, car payments, the things that most Americans enjoy, the things that most Americans feel that they should have. They're having a difficult time maintaining the possession of those things. You understand? So student loans alone, where people are comfortable, they think they're going to have a future in this country, they think that they're going to be comfortable. Student loans alone are going to school and graduating and following the American golden rule has failed the average American, has failed them. It says delinquencies have surged in terms of student loans, that is. Following the end of the pandemic era, payment pause and expiration of the on-ramp protection period in late 2024, serious student loan delinquencies rose sharply in early 2025. And you have credit report resumes. The resumption of credit bureau reporting for missed payments, check this out, missed payments have caused delinquency rates to spike and become more visible. In Q2, I believe that is, Q2 2025, 10.2% of aggregated student debt was reported as 90 days plus days delinquency. So that means your credit score will go down. That means you won't be able to buy that house. That means you won't be able to buy that car unless you pay an extremely high interest rate, possibly 20% and higher. So everybody is being squeezed. Everybody is feeling the fire. You understand? So don't believe in this government. Don't believe in this government. Believe in the Most High. Believe in the Most High and learn from the mistakes of others. That's number one. 2, have a budget. 3, follow spirituality. Don't follow man's opinion or his ideologies. Again, it says, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 3, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. See, who is that? These are your consumers. These are your young people who have taken out student loans and think they're going to thrive and make it in America. These are your fools who believe in Donald Trump, who believe in Biden and Harris, and who's going to win in the next upcoming election and who's going to be a candidate for the Democratic Party to bring America back to where she was and bring back the good old days when you didn't pay back your bills or the government put money in your pocket and kept in those times and even possibly now print up money to chase away the woes and the worries and the anguish and the pains and the suffering. Just let things fly. Just let things fly. The very things that are against God's laws and his commandments, let those things fly. Let feelings fly, not wisdom, but let feelings and emotions fly, and let people just reap the benefits of stolen money and printed up money and just keep kicking the can of debt down the block. Just keep it going. They want to go back to that, and it's just not happening. They have stolen so much money. They have caused so much discord. They have pumped out so many lies that now God's judgment is on America's neck. And the pressure on that neck by God is going to get worse and worse and worse. And even in our book, it tells you that in their afflictions, they shall seek me early. In other words, in the chosen people's afflictions, when I say chosen people, I mean blacks and Hispanics, the Lord says that as the Lord applies more and more pressure, he goes into your pockets. He creates more STDs. He creates more drug addiction. You're going to feel the pain more. You're going to feel the pain more, and you're going to seek the Most High. Some of you are going to seek the Most High because, believe it or not, the pressure that's being added onto the lives or the spiritual neck of people in this country is from God. It's from God. And he's going to use this man, the powers that be, the ones who run Congress and who runs the Senate and who really runs this country and who really runs this world. He's going to use this man to show you just how evil this place is. So anyway, it says in the 4th verse, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. So the wisdom of Christ, the wisdom of the Son of the Most High has to be in your hearts. It has to be in your hearts. Other than that, I don't see any alternative but that. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of everything. To seek God, you have to put away everything else. That's the beauty. Everything else is of the devil. You have to realize that everything outside of the Most High, everything outside of Christ is of the devil. And it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse, like I said earlier, So consider those things. Consider those things that are in the word of the Most High that can make your life better. Again, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. Here it says, in 1 John 2, verse 18, little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard, the Antichrist shall come. See, the Antichrist shall come. The Antichrist, or the evil spirit that's against the Most High, that's against the teaching of Christ, who represented the Most High, it says shall come. Even now, there are many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. This is it, man. This is it. Be foolish if you want. Be foolish if you want, but to just walk around and act like this is going to go away. And that's what most people do. They walk around and they act like this is going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's going to get worse and worse, man. It's not going to go away. Check this out.
Hospitals, collapsing schools, and shrinking populations. When the next recession hits, some won't just struggle, they'll implode. Today, we're exposing the 10 U.S. states most likely to collapse first when America's economic house of cards finally comes crashing down. Number 10. West Virginia. West Virginia stands as America's most sobering warning of what long-term economic collapse looks like in slow motion. Once the beating heart of coal country, the state has seen its primary industry shrink by over 75% since 2010, wiping out tens of thousands of stable, high-paying jobs that once supported entire towns. With nothing substantial to replace coal, West Virginia has been left adrift, relying on low-wage service jobs and federal assistance to keep.
A lot of people think it's just New York City. It's not just New York City and D.C. It's all over the country. Nothing is the same. Ever since that pandemic hit, which I believe was a test run, nothing is the same. Nothing is the same.
Keep communities afloat. Nearly 20% of residents live below the poverty line, compared to the national average of 12%. And the state's median household income hovers around $55,000. Number 9.
Check this out.
I'm gonna try to
I'm
speed.
going to show you how I
I'm gonna try to speed it up. So I got to go to work.
Mississippi holds the unfortunate title of being at the
So it's
preparing for collapse.
Mississippi.
It's already living it. The only question is how much further it falls when the next shockwave hits. Number 9, Mississippi. Mississippi holds the unfortunate title of being at the very bottom of nearly every major economic ranking in the United States. With a median household income of just $48,000, it lags nearly $22,000 below the national median, leaving millions of families with barely enough to scrape by. Poverty is entrenched. Nearly 20% of Mississippi's residents live below the poverty line, and in some rural counties that figure explodes to over 35%, creating entire regions trapped in generational hardship. The state's workforce participation rate tells the same grim story. Only about 56% of working-age adults are employed or actively seeking work, the lowest rate in the nation. This signals more than unemployment. It's widespread economic despair, where tens of...
I'm not gonna go through all the states, but I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to, express. And those of you who are spiritual, you understand what the Most High is expressing. So these aren't, times to just, ignore what's happening. So I don't know. I went to major cities that this pertains to, but I'm not going to go through all this. But you get where the point I'm trying to make. And overall, nobody's safe, man. Everybody's running to Texas, but then Texas, they have their issues because Texas is a red state, and Florida, people are running to Florida like crazy. And most liberal states they're running out of because the spending is just out of control. And if the spending is out of control, how long do you think it's going to be before all things just go to hell? And that's where we're at now. But that's just my opinion, something for you to think about and to consider. But don't be a fool out there. Be wise and walk in the Spirit of God and Christ, the Most High Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh Shai. I'm out.